Hey Stampers, Kim from stampingandperfection.com. Thanks for joining me today. I actually have a stamp set that I got over the summer from Altenew, and I've been dying to use this. So there is a challenge at Stamp Ink and Paper, and also I'm on the design team at Papercraft Crew, and it's an inspiration challenge this week. And the inspiration is a picture of a fall tree-lined park or forest-like setting. And I sort of live in a place like that, and there are deer everywhere here. So every morning when I drive to work and every night when I come home, I see the deer. So I feel very inspired to use the deer. So I have this gorgeous plaid, because the Stamp Ink and Paper challenge is all about plaid, and I have been dying to use some plaid. And I made a plaid background with markers early in the week, and I made one with alcohol ink, an alcohol ink technique, which I have not yet shared that video, but I will. And I want to just play with some of these papers that I got. So this is from Echo Park Paper Company, and I believe I got this from Cat Scrappiness, and this is called Celebrate Christmas, and it's got some fantastic papers, and this is not the only plaid in the pack either. So pretty fun. Like, there's a really fun plaid, but I don't know, I was feeling the green, so that's the one I'm going with. So I've got a piece of white cardstock, and these do have coordinating dies for the two different deer and a couple of hearts. So I think that's pretty fun, and lots of great sentiments. So I'm not sure which one I will choose. I'm going to start, and for my colors, I have to decide here, don't I? I actually have to pick some colors. I think I really want to do so what I'm going to do actually to pick up my colors is I'm going to pull out the swatch set I have for my Altenew inks. I created this over the summer, and I'm very happy that I did this. So I want a lighter color and a darker color, because I do want to actually, boy, these are pretty. So this is the Coffee Break set, and it's got Sand Dunes, Rocky Shore, Mocha, and Espresso, and I do love the Espresso. I think I'm going to go with the Mocha and the Espresso. Okay, so I have Espresso and Mocha. Those are the two I'm going to pick. And I just want to pull out a couple of Daubers here, which I will label. And these great cases filled with the Daubers came from scrapbook.com, by the way. Alright, so alright, so I'm going to pull out one of my Catherine Pooler blocks, and this is a really grungy Catherine Pooler block. Wow, I don't know what I did to that. Ugh. Alright, so I actually I'm going to stamp this with, or ink this up with the lighter of the two colors. So I'm going to ink this up with the Mocha. Just like that. And then I'm going to take one of these little Daubers and dunk it into the Mocha, and then just hit him where I think some of the colors might be the darkest, and then stamp that on. I'm going to give it a little huff. Just like that. Actually, I wish I'd picked a lighter color. Let me try this with a lighter color, something lighter than mocha. How about I pull out the Rocky Shores? So let's try this with Rocky Shores, because I feel like this is all one tone, and I really did use two different ink pads. So a little bit lighter. Now I'll take the espresso and hit him along the back, top of the ears, maybe down the two legs on the side here. Huff to make sure it's all nice and moist. Look at a little variation in his color. Better. Okay, I like that better. Now I could take my markers and even highlight that more, but now I've got this. These are the eyes and the nose and the back. I think I'm going to pull out my stamp positioner for this. I'm going to pull out my Misty. And just slide this in here, because this will make it easier. And one trick I definitely want to use, because I really think it's a challenge to line things up. One little trick that I have is I have this folder of templates and things that I use. I've got a, let's see if I can find it, I've got a clear sheet in here. I use this for a lot of different things, but one thing I definitely want to use it on is to see how well I actually line this up. So I'll take this out. I'm going to take the dark espresso ink and ink that up, and then I'm going to stamp on that piece of plastic that I just put over the top. Oh, that actually looks perfect. So now I've tested it out, and this will just wipe off, and I'll put that back in my template page. And I actually did like the dark on there, so I'm going to go ahead and ink that up again in the espresso and give it a good push. And now, oh, look how cute that is. That's so cute. That little face on there. So I'm going to go ahead and there's a coordinating die that goes with this. So I'll pull out my, I love this little Altenew, this little Altenew die cutting machine is just so perfect for stuff like this, because anything that's less than like 2.5 inches, you can pull out this little die cutting machine, and it's right on my desk. It's so convenient, and I know this is all giving in here. And I've got two pads here. There's a thick one. This is the one I always cut on. And you'll notice that unlike my regular Big Shot, because I always cut on that thick bottom plate, these are perfectly straight. These have not warped at all, and I've had this since they came out with it, which had to be last winter. So I've had it a really long time. So I really love this little machine. It's just super convenient. Okay, so I'm going to die cut this guy out. And I will use a little piece of washi tape, or here's my, to hold it in place. Okay. Carefully peel this off. And pull that out there. How pretty that came out. Like, that is really pretty. That little dark detail along the back and the eyes and the nose just really are pretty. And I just used a really good inking of the espresso to do that. So, alright, now I want to keep this card simple because that plaid background is so pretty. And I like that. I'm wondering if I should create this guy too. I think I'm just going to keep it really, I want it really clean and simple. So I will put him down, and let's pick a sentiment. The next thing I need to do is to create a sentiment for this, and this is technically a Christmas set, but I really don't want it to be a Christmas set. And I was looking through my Stampin' Stash here, and I pulled out this fabulous Altenew set called Birch, and I did contemplate putting that tree in, but I think I just want this to be very clean and simple. And it does have some just beautiful images, like you can build this tree with the branches and the leaves. There's birds, there's a birdhouse, so there's lots of stuff, but it's got some nice sympathy sentiments or wishing you a beautiful day. But I'm going to go with peace, prayers, and blessings. I could do wishing you, but I think I'm just going to keep it very simple with one very thin line of sentiment. And I'm going to emboss this with this Nuvo copper embossing powder. Actually, I also have the antique gold from Altenew. Hard decision. I'm going to go with this Nuvo one. I have a rose gold one from Altenew too that's really pretty. So they have some just beautiful embossing powders, and I use those all the time. But yesterday I was working with this this blush one, and I really liked it. So I have this super thin strip of cardstock that I cut off from something and actually saved. Hard to believe anyone would save this, but I did. And it is actually, I could never cut this size if I tried, but now I have this all ready to go for a sentiment just this size. Now, one of the things with little skinny sentiments like this, it's super easy for them to curve a little, which this one is doing. So when you put these on your MISTI, you want to make sure it's not curving, because it's long, so it's got a lot of wiggle room. So you want to make sure the whole thing is actually centered. Okay, so I'll put this down, and I need my coffee filter. Now, also in this folder that I have my coffee filters. I keep a Swiffer in there. I will make a video to show you what I keep in there, because I've got some handy little gadgets in there. Alright, so I'm going to pull out my Versamark. ink up this sentiment. Now, I have not tried this embossing powder on a sentiment this fine, so we will see how it works. I know that the Altenew comes out beautifully on this, so if I don't like the way, if I can't read this, and it looks a little crooked, so we'll see. I think this is going to come out nicely. Sometimes you know how embossing powder seems to expand when you heat it. Let's see how this works out. Okay, I like it. It's not perfectly straight, but it's good enough. So let me just pour this back in, and then I will put my card together. Okay, so I'm going to cut this at 4 1/4. That's the width of my card. And then I'm going to adhere this black piece down with a little bit of glue and leave a little sliver of white along the edge. Hopefully it's even. And here's another little thing I have. If I line this up, I can see that I can see whether I have this even or not with this little piece of grid paper here. I can trim this off. And I think I need to trim a little off the top here. Okay. And now I'm going to add this here. I think I want to pop this up. Okay. I'm going to pop this guy up on some, actually, I'm going to pull out these Stampin' Up! Strips because they're super thin, and they'll be kind of perfect for his legs. So, I won't have to trim these down and fuss with them. I can just get a lot of dimension on this, and all of his legs will then have dimension, and they won't bend. He's going to have a lot of dimension. I want him to be the star of the show. Alright, and I want to put him over to the side here, like this. Oops. Pull that out from under his ear. Okay. And then alright, I think I'm going to just put that down. And I actually think I'm just going to not give this one any dimension. I'm just going to
So to finish off this card, I'm adding some Neat and Tangled Snowfall Sequins Mix, and I'm just adding it with my Quick Stick and my multimedia mat. I love this Snowfall mix. It's got clear and white sequins and in a variety of sizes, so I've just scattered those around the card, and now I'm using my favorite technique with that Quick Stick and the multimedia mat to add them. And that's going to complete my card. It's a pretty clean and simple card. And for me, this is what fall has been like this year. We have no autumn color so far on Eastern Long Island. Everything is still green, so the plaid is perfect, and my neighborhood is full of deer, so that's perfect. And this card is perfect for a lot of different occasions. That sentiment could work for lots of different occasions and for either gender. So that's going to complete the card. Thank you so much for watching. Stop on my blog at stampingimperfection.com. You'll find the links to the products below. And give this video a like and share on social media with your friends. Make sure you subscribe to my channel while you're here. And again, stop by stampingimperfection.com. Thanks for watching.